Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel. Now I have to apologise, it's been a while since my last upload. There has been so much going on. I've barely been out on the bikes. There's been so much happening in the background. So firstly, sad news. Back in October I lost my best friend Maggie, my 21-year-old cat. I had her since she was about 8 weeks old, and to be honest, it's hit really hard. I just haven't felt like going in front of a camera and talking about it. But my goodness me, I miss her so much. If you've had a pet and lost a pet, you understand what I mean. So there's been another development since the last upload. I can't remember what the last upload was. Was it the review on the Transalp? Yeah, I've had lovely feedback on that. Thank you for watching. So there has been another big development in the Yawning Cat Motorbike Adventure stable. All I can do is show you this little bit of video. Ready? There we go. The Harley Pan America. Now, if you guys watch this channel, you will have seen me do the test ride on this bike back at the Kickback show. So if you go back to the Kickback show episode, you will see me grinning like a Cheshire cat, taking the Pan America out for a test ride courtesy of Harley Davidson. Now, I went there with the intention of just going for the test ride, seeing what it was all about. Never ridden a big adventure bike. As you well know, I ride Doug as my adventure bike. But since losing Maggie, my circumstances have now changed. I can travel now. I haven't got the tie of getting home for a pet. So many plans for next year already, which is super exciting, and all of those trips are going to be on the Pan America. Now, don't think Doug is going anywhere. Doug is here to stay. He is still going to be my green lane bike. So I've got a few little jobs to do on it before he's fully ready for touring. I've already fitted the Shad expandable panniers and their system. That's been amazing to fit. It's a lovely system. I'll show you a little bit more around that. I've ordered a top box. So I'm going to do a few mods on the bike. I want to put some extra USB charging points on it. I've added the Harley Davidson lowered seat. Although this has got the adaptive suspension on it, I was still a little bit uncomfortable with the height. So the lowered seat has made the world of difference for me personally. So yeah, let me show you around the bike. So like I say, when I test rode the Pan America, I never had the intention of ever buying one. But to be honest, I couldn't get this bike out of my head once I'd ridden it. There's not many bikes stir my grits to such degree, and I thought, oh my goodness me, I could just ride for miles and miles on this bike, comfortable. The power is there. It's 150 brake horsepower, which is insane for me. I've ridden fast bikes in the past. I had a Phaser. But to have a powerful bike back in the stable is just, oh, like I say, it stirred my grits. So I looked and I looked and I looked, and they were all hundreds of miles away and not quite the spec I wanted. However, this one came up very locally to me. It's one owner from New. It's a 2023 model. It had got a few trinkets on it that it came with, which was nice, and it was immaculate. This has only done 4,500 miles, and it is just Sweet as. So, welcome to Bruce. This is Bruce. So we've now got Bruce and Doug in the garage that are my adventure bikes. Like I say, I've got a few accessories to be fitting. I've bought some bar risers that just set the bars back a little bit. I find that I'm just stretching out, so I'm hoping these are going to do the job. So the bike already came with the Shad top box mount, which made fitting the pannier racks super easy because the mounting plate was already there. I just had to sort of slack it off and add the pannier mounts, and it's really nice. It's got this extra bracing up here. So it's super strong, and it just gives the bike that little bit more protection should the worst happen. So there we go, that's the Shad SH38X expandable pannier fitted. What a lovely system this is. The finish art is lovely. Right, let me just show you if I can. It took me ages to figure out how to open these up. I couldn't figure it out anyway. There's a nifty little lift handle here. Let's catch that with my leg. There we go. And there we go, that's the expandable pannier system. You just flick down these and you pull it out, and it just gives you that extra storage. Super strong, double walled boxes. So again, if the bike is going to topple over on them, they're not going to crumple under the pressure, hopefully. It came with the luggage net inside. And I spoke to a distributor of Shad yesterday and just said how pleased I was with this system. It's so robust, and for the cost, absolutely amazing value. So I really recommend this system. So like I said, I'm going to add some extra USB ports because this bike is a little bit lacking. To my surprise, when I lifted the seat on this bike, I thought, oh, I've got to wire in my heated gloves and possibly a heated jacket, but blow me, all the connections for heated clothing there, they supply two under the seat. And so no wiring required, it's already there. And then there's a Molex connector underneath the seat, which has constant power and a switched power on it. So I've bought the mating side of the Molex connector and intend to wire panel mount USB port, just for some phone charging, emergency only really. But there's like a nice little box under the pillion seat, which is completely waterproof, so I'm going to pop that in there, drill a little hole through for the wires, and then I'll have a nice charging point. So just pop my phone in there if ever I need to on my longer journeys.
1 hour later.
It's really gone cold. I don't think it's gone much of a freezing today in the garage, but hence why I look like an Arctic explorer. Anyway, I've had just a faff around with the bike today, so I'll show you what I've done. I've put my new risers on, which has just slung the bars back that little bit more. They fitted lovely, quite a nice little easy job. The sat-nav now is fully installed on the accessory bar, so that's all tickety-boo. The lowered seat is now installed. I'm hoping that's going to make the world of difference. And then I've just finished wiring in my little panel mount USB accessory. I've just got to stick a bit of tape on there, stop it rattling around, but that's up in the house. And then let me rip the seat off. There we go. And then I bought a Molex connector and I've wired that into the harness. So yeah, I've got a nice switched accessory socket there now for extra bit of charging. I've also given the bike a nice coating of this HCB1 by Muck-Off. Now, not affiliated to them in any way, I paid for this myself, but I have tried ACF 50 and I find that like super sticky. All the crud sticks to it, which is, it's kind of doing its job. But I just find this, I've used it on Doug now for the almost 2 years I've owned him, and we've got no signs of any corrosion anywhere. And the bike washes off lovely and easy after. It just doesn't seem to have the stickiness of ACF 50. So yeah, I can recommend this one if you're heading out in the winter for a bit of riding, just to give that bit of protection. So there was nothing else left to do but to try out all my new little bits and pieces, and any excuse to take this bike out. Oh, the sun is blinding me in my mirrors, doesn't matter what I do. Oh, there we go, sit up a little bit. Oh, goodness me, I love this bike so much. You know, when like you buy a bike, you must have all gone through this at some point, and you know, this for me was a lot of money. You know, I had some savings, and it kind of cleaned me out. And like, I was worried I was going to have doubts, you know, oh, have I done the right thing, you know. Of course, I was grief-stricken at the time when I went to go and see it, so I wondered if I was thinking straight. But I've got to be honest, hand on heart, I've got no doubts about this bike, and you know, I just know I'm going to thoroughly enjoy whatever adventures this bike brings. It's super exciting. It's so exciting. I'm taking it really easy on the bends. It's so slippy out here. But I've put the bike in, I've put it in rain mode today. It just gives you that bit more engine braking, and detunes it, and I think for the conditions that I'm riding in today, which is, it's dropped even more now, you know, we're damn near at freezing point, so I don't quite trust the roads this afternoon. So I think rain mode is absolutely fine for what I'm riding in. Oh, Friday afternoon traffic's the pits. Nobody can go anywhere. Oh dear. Anyway, as I sit in the traffic on a Friday afternoon with the sun going down on my Pan America with all the new bits on it, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and like, you know, surprise! There's a new bike on the block. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it either. So, you know now there is going to be some mega adventures coming. And I'll no doubt do my Christmas special in December. But until then, I really hope you enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit the notifications, and get more random content. You never know what's going to happen. Anyway, I will see you all soon. Take care, ride safe.